Let's fly, Eagles Nation. Hold on to that excitement, fan, because the countdown has officially begun. We may still be a few months away from kickoff, but the heart of the Green Nation is already beating in sync with the rhythm of Lincoln Financial Field. The energy feels different. The team is locked in, and behind the scenes, the signs are clear. Something big is taking shape. Today, I'm bringing you the inside scoop, the kind of info only those who live and breathe the Eagles every day can catch. And trust me, a lot is about to go down. But before I give you all the juicy details, go ahead and smash that like button, but only if your blood runs green, alright? And if you live and breathe this team like I do, drop this in the comments. Go Birds! My heart bleeds green and white. Let's fly even higher. Alright, now let's jump into this fresh update straight from the halls of Philadelphia. The Philadelphia Eagles are heading into the 2025 season with a staggering and somewhat surprising title, the cheapest defense in the entire National Football League. That's right, Howie Roseman and the front office are spending less than $65 million on the defensive side of the ball. That number is jaw-dropping when you consider how many teams are loading up their defenses with big money contracts. But this isn't by accident. This is a strategy, one that's been years in the making. Think back to recent years. This isn't the first time Roseman and Eagles ownership have leaned heavily into building through offense. It's a philosophy rooted in the vision of owner Jeffrey Lurie, a belief that offense wins championships in today's NFL. Just look at the coaches he's hired over the years: Ray Rhodes, Andy Reid, Chip Kelly, Doug Peterson, Nick Sirianni, all offensive minds. This trend reflects a core philosophy: invest in the offense and let the defense find ways to complement. But here's the kicker: even with this strategy, the Eagles still fielded the #1 overall defense last year. That balance between investing in offense while maximizing efficiency on defense has been a hallmark of this regime. And let's be clear, it's not that defense isn't valued. It's that the Eagles have figured out how to get the most bang for their buck defensively, often signing short-term, affordable contracts and betting on young talent still on rookie deals. That's exactly where things stand now. Many of the Eagles' most important defenders are young and on cost-controlled contracts. Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith, Sidney Brown, Nakobe Dean, and rookie additions like Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean are all under team control for years to come. That's not just depth, that's potential core leadership for the future. Meanwhile, the offense? It's loaded and paid for. Jalen Hurts has his second contract. So does Saquon Barkley, who arrived with much fanfare. You've got linemen like Jordan Mailata, Landon Dickerson, Cam Jurgens, and Lane Johnson all locked in. Wideouts A.J. Brown and DeVonta Smith are under contract. Tight end Dallas Goedert is in place. The foundation is firm, and the investments are long-term. So how does all this stack up against a team like the Pittsburgh Steelers? After trading for all-pro cornerback Jalen Ramsey, the Steelers now boast one of the most expensive defenses in the NFL, spending over $115 million more than the Eagles. Yes, more than $115 million. But with that cost comes age. Darius Slay, gone, now with the Steelers on a one-year $10 million deal. Josh Sweat, Arizona Cardinals, $19 million per year. Milton Williams, gone to the Patriots, $26 million annually. Isaiah Rodgers signed with Minnesota for $7 million. C.J. Gardner-Johnson was traded to Houston. Brandon Graham retired. This was all by design. The Eagles made a conscious decision to get younger and faster on defense and to prepare financially for the next wave of re-signings that are coming. Because while the books look light now, it won't stay that way for long. Enter Reed Blankenship. This guy is not just a solid safety, he's become a cornerstone of this defense. An undrafted free agent who turned into a consistent starter and locker room leader, Blankenship is extension eligible going into the final year of his deal. And the Eagles might want to act fast here. There's a projection on the table: 3 years, $45 million. That's $15 million per year, with $22.5 million guaranteed and a $10 million signing bonus. That might sound like a lot, but here's the reality. If the Eagles don't move quickly, that number is going to go up. The safety market is booming. If Blankenship has another strong season and hits free agency, the bidding war will drive his value even higher. That $15 million could become $18 million overnight, and the structure of that deal would immediately place him as the 10th highest paid safety in the NFL, tied with Cameron Bynum and just below players like Javon Holland. It's a fair deal now, and a potential bargain down the line, especially considering the Eagles' track record of getting extensions done early and saving themselves millions in the long run. Think about what the team has done over the years. They've prioritized locking up core talent before the rest of the league catches on. They did it with Lane Johnson. They did it with Jordan Mailata. They did it with DeVonta Smith. And if they truly believe Reed Blankenship is a foundational piece of the defense, the kind of guy who can be a leader for the next 5 years, then the time to act is now. And listen to what guys like Darius Slay have said. Blankenship is already viewed as one of the next leaders of this defense. That's not just media hype. That's from inside the locker room. If there's one thing we've learned about Howie Roseman, it's that he listens to his locker room, and he plans for the future. The question is, will the Eagles strike now and secure their young safety? Or will they roll the dice and risk a bidding war in 2025? What do you think, Eagles fans? Is it time to lock in Reed Blankenship now? Or do you wait and see how this season plays out? Let me know in the comments, and if you're ready for the continuation, just say the word and I'll bring you part 2. If the Eagles want to maintain long-term stability on defense while continuing to push for another Super Bowl run, this is exactly the type of move that sets the tone, a message to the locker room, to the fan base, and to the league that Philadelphia takes care of its own. Reed Blankenship isn't just an undrafted overachiever anymore. He's become a tone setter, and the front office knows the danger of waiting too long. Look at the trajectory of this defense. We're talking about a group that just lost over 4,000 snaps in personnel this offseason. Veterans who held it down for years, Slay, Sweat, Graham, Williams, are gone. And yet, there's real optimism, not just hope, expectation. Because what Howie Roseman has built here is a pipeline of elite, young defensive talent ready to be molded by one of the most respected defensive minds in the league, Vic Fangio. Fangio's arrival can't be overstated. He's not coming in to rebuild. He's coming to evolve. With so much youth and athleticism, his system is about to get a serious injection of speed and flexibility. Think about the ages here. Jair Brown, Cooper DeJean, Jeremiah Trotter Jr., Quinyon Mitchell, Khalil Ringo, all under 23. Jalen Carter, Nakobe Dean, Nolan Smith, Jalen Hurts' former Georgia teammate Jordan Davis, they're all 24 or younger. Even Zach Bond, a recent signing with some experience, is still just 28. We're talking about a defense that could stay intact, healthy, and growing together for the next 4 to 6 years. That is the type of window franchises dream about and rarely get. But what makes all of this work is having leadership among the young core. That's why Blankenship is so essential. He's not the flashiest player on the field, but his consistency, intelligence, and toughness have already earned him the respect of his teammates. When Darius Slay, a respected vet who's seen it all, publicly points to you as the next leader in the room, that says everything. And keep this in mind. When you're in a locker room that has transitioned from veteran-heavy to youth-driven, someone has to carry the torch. Someone has to communicate Vic Fangio's vision, execute it, and hold others accountable. Reed Blankenship might not have the resume of a Pro Bowler yet, but in this system, with this group, at this moment, he matters in ways stats can't fully capture. Now let's talk cap strategy, because that's where Howie Roseman is playing chess while others are still stuck on checkers. By spending so little on the defense in 2025, the Eagles have flexibility. They've front-loaded many offensive contracts, meaning they can absorb a contract like Blankenship's without it crippling their ability to pay other rising stars. Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith, Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, all these guys will eventually need to get paid.